Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Then and Now podcast. Y'all, it's been a while. I'm your co host, Captain Diesel, and I am joined with my illustrious co host, Lelouch V, to my left, right, either or. I don't know. It's Kimmer's setup is
It's,
weird.
it's, it's usually it's usually to the left, but it might be a
Yeah, I
different
think
setup this
you're.
time. And it's been a while.
You think you're to the left. Yeah, screen left.
And to the right, I have with me Professor E, King of the Comics, Ethan Murphy. How you doing, my
How
brother?
do? How do? I am well, my friend. Good to see y'all again.
Y'all, this has been a long time in the making. I know we've been gone for a very long time as far as hiatus stuff goes. Life was lifing, work was working. Some of us had 2 jobs, some of us had no jobs, some of us had 3 in school, whatever it may be. Stuff was like bouncing around. But we have come together and I really missed creating content on this channel and having conversations with my brothers here. So we're back.
Yeah, fuck these niggas.
Oh, wow.
There's
crazy.
Otis. There he is. Maybe the first real words out of his mouth is "fuck us." Things haven't changed one drop, one iota.
No,
To be
I mean,
honest,
how long has it been? How long has it been? It's been like
over a
like,
year.
has it been?
Damn near a
I
year.
thought it was like 7 months.
No, because I
It's been at least 8.
I taught for a year and we didn't do
Right.
any while I was teaching.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
Mhm.
we didn't do any while I was teaching.
Time has been flying. Dear
Yeah.
Lord.
It's ugly. It's ugly.
But fear not, everybody. We are here. We're going to go back to what we were doing and hopefully do what we were doing a little bit better. Today, starting off with a conversation about Demon Slayer. What is this movie even called? I forgot the title for it is called. It's Demon Slayer.
Infinity Castle.
Infinity Castle.
Part.
So for people watching, this won't be a spoiler review. It'll kind of be more so discussing the movie itself and some of the concepts around it and topics and whatnot that kind of are tangentially related. But for lack of a better term, or without further ado, let's get into it. I'm rusty, y'all.
Both.
I'm
For lack
rusty.
of a better term, and without further ado, both of them.
Yeah.
both of
Yep. Both.
We're back. It's been a minute. It's been a
Allegedly. We're allegedly back.
Allegedly.
There we go.
God.
Allegedly.
So I haven't seen this
film.
film yet. You two have seen this in theater, actually. I may see it. By
I've
other
also
means,
read it
allegedly.
like 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've been
So-
waiting so long to be able to talk about this, but go ahead.
What were your initial thoughts, Otis? We'll start with you. I know at least for me, I've heard mixed reviews on it. Some people say that it could have waited and just been separate episodes, and some say it was amazing. So what say you?
Well, I mean, I'll speak on all parts of that. I do appreciate that they actually did just put this in one big movie like this. One, so you can get like the top tier animation throughout the whole set of it, because like I mean that they paid some money for this. You can clearly see it. And then 2, I mean, I also like, for the like projects like this to continue, they have to make money. So I mean, putting it in a space where it's gonna, generate like billions is just commercially smart. Like, why wouldn't you? Because like putting it on Crunchyroll, you don't make money on the stream of that. Like they give you a small payout based off of like the overall subscriptions if you're doing well. But like if you're not getting millions of views on it, it's not gonna really benefiting you there. So putting it in a space where they get the direct monetization up front, and then be able to like see just like that level of quality animation. Like I mean, the story, we can get to that in a bit, but the story is one thing, but the animation is the crispiest I've ever seen. Like I literally just saw the best fight scene probably ever, potentially.
Oh damn!
I mean, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, so go ahead.
I would say all 3. I mean, like getting spoilers here, but there's multiple encounters, right? And all 3 of them are like, there's no like weak. They're very. They're kind of 3 different type of encounters essentially too, and they're all like
put some respect on my boy Zenitsu name. I've been saying this for years now, and now you have to recognize.
Again, we'll get into spoilers. But it is I love that you're coming from a very different perspective to me, or to just a strictly anime fan, because for years Zenitsu was he was meant to be essentially a comic relief and annoying. And the thing about it is that he's once he does, and Charlie already knows this, the way they end the last season, it's like, oh, I'm locking in, I'm dialing in now, and you see why all that kind of stuff play out essentially in the movie. But what I want to do is talk about real quick as far as, so most of us know, like Otis said, Otis 100% right, that why they did this, why UFO Table released these movies, and Mugen Train was about money. But the reason behind the money, do y'all know why they needed the money so badly?
Pay for this fucking animation?
No, well, that's part of it. It's also because their boy Kondo, the guy who runs UFO Table, that dude in 2021 got caught for tax evasion, like $138 million in yen. I'm sorry, 138 million in yen, whatever it is, in tax evasion. And so he had to go to prison basically. And so their studio was like kind of on the brink of going down, and they needed coin, they needed their actual money. So having they were getting paper obviously from having the manga sales and the merch from Demon Slayer, but it wasn't enough to cover that. And also their reputation was kind of in the toilet because of it. The studio was in Japan, not here in the West, but the shame that was coming on down that studio was pretty rough. So they pretty much said, hey, what if we just do this? What if we put our resources into making a movie and try to recoup our losses? And they put out Mugen Train in 2020, and it shattered all box office and got all kinds of coin. And they thought the same thing was like, what if we just do it for the last arc of the series? We put it is 3 big movies with the momentum of the entire series behind it, and it paid off an overwhelming dividend. So it's like that's why they really wanted to do that. It was a weird risk or gamble, but it paid off full blown Dark Souls style, where it was a high risk, high reward, and it banked big for them.
Yeah, because I mean, it's very clear they invested very heavily to make this movie, all the way from the voice acting cast, getting my goat in there with JYB to play Giyu,
he's also my favorite.
And then just the crispness of the colors of the animations, just how they stylized this particular movie. I've never seen anything comparable, really.
Remotely close to it. Because also they showed like some trailer at my theater. They showed some trailers for a Studio Ghibli night, right? It's like, okay, this stuff looks pretty cool. It's crispy. They had a Spirit, like a high HD version of Spirited Away and whatnot. And they had some Mononoke stuff. That's pretty cool. And then they immediately show like the actual beginning of Demon Slayer. It's like not even close. It's like, here's your McDonald's burger, and here's your filet mignon from Bruce Christie. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, it's not even close. So yeah,
Studio Mappa slavery working off, man. It's paying off.
Mappa. That's another whole.
I mean,
thing
too. Like Mappa has a lot of great titles. I've never seen them do anything that looks this good. Like
no, because they showed the trailer for Chainsaw Man right before it as well. And that looked really good, looked really crispy as well. But it's a different thing. It's not the same. Like the vibrant colors. I think what the reason why, and they'll let Charlie talk because he hasn't talked at all yet, really. But the reason why Demon Slayer is so contagious nationwide or like worldwide is because the colors pop, and the way they have the kind of that when they do in their breathing arts, how that all kind of looks. It's such a vibrant thing. It's just amazing. It's like nothing else out there. It's just so much fun to literally visually, your eyes are gorging on what you're seeing.
And I mean, seeing Akaza go a combination of Lee and Neji with the blood art, I'm gonna fuck these niggas up, basically.
Not the
that's what it was.
But
fuck these niggas up. Blood art is crazy.
That's
literally what it is. But it gets worse. There's Akira is like wow, because there's like oh yeah, like Toji is him. But Rock Lee, when Rock Lee was having a really really good day, Rock Lee was him. Then you see Akaza. It's like, oh no, there's no like comparison. He's the super him of him.
I've been waiting for him for a minute, because I remember like seeing him early on in the show, and like his design would look kind of sick, and with all the other upper moons, they had some sort of like gimmicky thing to them. When I looked at him, he very much so looked like, oh, I just throw hands.
I throw hands and feet. I throw feet and hands. Nothing but feet and hands. It's like Jesus Christ. Yeah, it is wild seeing that dude go. I mean, because also it's been with like 5 years whenever they released the Mugen Train, right? So we've been waiting essentially for a throwdown with this motherfucker for all these years. As far as we want to get our get back, we're waiting for a get back more or less, right? So it's when they actually you have to. If you're not going to see it in the big screen, what are you doing to yourself? Don't.
Yeah, this one. If you at all like this series, Go watch it in theaters.
Yeah,
It's
just for
really
that.
Okay, damn, damn, I was watching, damn.
You get free movies, man. You literally get free movies. Why would
Yeah,
you?
I'll go peep it for free. It's really just the drive over. Traffic in Atlanta is Atlanta. But I'll probably go peep it. If not tomorrow, then maybe Thursday, because Friday is him. So that's back to the horror bag for me.
Yeah, must be.
But yeah, as far as this goes, it's amazing. I think we spoke about it briefly before we started recording, Ethan, in regards to how the simplicity of a story can captivate so many people. Because you already like the animation in itself is going to like the writing could be fucking C tier or maybe even D tier, but the animation is so crispy, people would still just like flock to it. But for the fact that the story
solo
isn't,
middling.
oh my god, we're not gonna get on into that. I don't think it's terrible. Honestly, funny enough, I feel like I would, at least from what I remember, I haven't watched the movie yet, but I would compare a lot of the writing for this to that in regards to how it's built out. With each arc, it's introduce big villain, give big villains some of a backstory, go into fight, and then
name a character in Solo Leveling that's not Sung Jin Woo.
No, the solo leveling is bare bones. It's plot. There is no story. It's plot. It's all plot.
okay.
The man was a little better, or the light. I guess the light novel was the best, probably, right? But it's bare bones. It's bare bones. Yeah.
I think the at least for me the big difference is just the focus on the central character versus the side characters being very important.
Yeah.
Part of it too is that for me in particular, I didn't love when that show dropped. It dropped at a time where I was really watching a lot of horror movies at that point. So like anime wise, I had to tap back in. Like I'm just now catching up on a lot of the anime that I was putting off to watch at that point. I still haven't watched the new season of Dr. Stone. I'm probably like 2 seasons behind on Dr. Stone.
It's yeah. But I mean,
I'm seasons behind on Dr. Stone.
I don't like a show where your villains are basically allies secondarily. Like, no, like
isn't that Dragon
give
Ball?
me a villain. Yes.
But that's my point though, like how the simplicity of it, like we've seen the formula work before. I think I feel like it's shown it in general. It's like introduce big bad, beat big bad either is on your team now, you have their ability, or they come back later on with a new level of strength that you have to beat them again. It's like,
well, I mean, that's every there's only so many options, obviously. There's only so many options.
Right,
but again, with I see I do see the comparison between the simplistic, straightforward nature of solo leveling and of Demon Slayer. I do think that Demon Slayer does a much better job as far as making you care about the characters. The characters actually are characters. And one thing too is this is not a spoiler, but we've seen Tanjiro and Inosuke and even Zenitsu all their journey from square one, right? Mm-hmm. As powerful as they get, they still are like when they're in these fights. You see in the movies, like they're still like the underdogs. There's no like the upper moons are still, they've been around for 1,000 years. They are not like they're not chumps. They're never chumps. When Sung Jin Woo drops in there, he like it gets up and he's so broke. He's literally, spoiler alert for solo leveling, he's fighting things that are so beyond comprehension, and he's still barely, getting his
sweating.
Yeah, okay.
He's like, aura farming. He's not fighting. He's like,
right,
let me hit this pose. Then we'll fuck this guy.
Literally aura farming in his blackout. So it's a very different thing. That's why I think that's also why Demon Slayer is so popular, is because we love rooting for the underdog. And our cast, even the Hashiras, you see, I mean, no spoilers, they're the underdogs. They are still the underdogs. We saw my boy, the Stone Hashira, right? His story is horrific, but he's as a brolic as he might seem, he's still an underdog in this world. So we're always rooting for them to overcome overwhelming adversity. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. By the way, the plot armor gets fit as shit. I love seeing blood.
It does not exist in this arc. Like there is no plot armor here. It's not there.
It's uncommon. It's uncommon to see plot armor dissipate in a shonen, series.
I'm excited because for me, watching that last season and seeing how Tanjiro has this ancient sword now that's supposed to be better than all the other swords. He has sun breathing that's like very rare that no other else really has. Now we have one of the more powerful upper moons that happens to have the same earrings as him and have a similar hairstyle to him. I'm like, okay, is that his dad now? I don't know. I haven't read the manga at all, so I don't know where things are going with that stuff. So I assumed they were setting up for Bleach levels of he's inheriting all this ability and shit.
No, don't say that. Don't compare it to me. That's not.
Nah,
Let's not get
that's
all
not
our
this.
viewers to come at us immediately. But I see what you're saying. There are a lot of coincidences, like how the chosen one. Yes, that's fair. That's very fair.
But I mean, that's every shonen ever. Like,
pretty much.
Take it back to Yu Yu Hakusho with him suddenly being a demon out of nowhere. Take it to Goku with finally finding out he's a Saiyan and becoming a Super Saiyan. Gear
Harry
5
Potter.
for Luffy. I said Luffy. Let's not mention the.
Don't piss off the One Piece fans. I don't need that smoke on the channel.
Oh,
them niggas ride. I don't want no smoke with One Piece fans.
You're not the GOAT. It's fair. One Piece isn't the GOAT. Just throwing out there. It's not.
Oh god,
it's going to come at us. But I see what you mean as far as Luffy being the dragon's son and everything. But all that is to say that it's not about the content as much as it's about the execution. Can you execute it well? And the mangaka, she did a great. I mean, we believe she did a great job with it. I mean, she's like, look, this is my story. I'm gonna tell it like this. Take it or leave it. And it's like, yo, we'll take it. We'll definitely take it. I mean, one thing I love about it too is that it was something they did back in the day with Yu Yu Hakusho as far as like Yusuke Urameshi was very much like getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And there's a part in the actual story where he's like, I think it's like episode 100 or so. He's like, yo, I'm getting so powerful, yet I'm still nowhere near as powerful as these dudes out here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mad. What's going on here? There's never a point where he's like Goku, literally going Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, the actual title that he gets.
Yep.
That never happens. Where it's like, I'm so powerful now, I can take on anybody. I can go full Sun Jin-woo by myself in the whole chamber. It never happens. He's always an underdog in the story for the most part. It's the same thing with the Hashira. Even though the Hashiras are like the best of the best, when they go against upper moons, it's like, they are not top dogs.
If you do not jump a Hashira, you're gonna lose.
Yeah. So I just love that.
I'm sorry, not a Hashira. If you don't jump an upper moon, if a Hashira does not jump an upper moon, it's.
So let me ask, because this is something we talked about in regards to the many iterations of this formula. At what point does this ever get old, or what have other shows done wrong? Because again, we've seen the formula try to be recreated with plenty of anime beforehand that didn't succeed to the same degree. What difference about this simplicity is it? Is it like the emphasis on the side characters? Is it the animation that's carrying a lot of it? What is it in regards to why Demon Slayer? Like I've seen so many people I know and seen in cons with Demon Slayer tattoos that like love this anime more than life itself. It feels like.
Yeah. I mean, you hit it right there. Simplicity of story, interesting characters and character designs, and animation. I mean, if it did not look as beautiful as it did, people wouldn't care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's one thing too, as far as the history of the actual manga, because it got rejected several times before it got put out there. The manga cut, she had to refine her art style to make it more visually appealing, and then it didn't take off even then. Once it was being published, it didn't take off really until the manga, the anime, because the anime is so
18
beautiful.
Of that anime.
Yeah, the anime elevated everything too. I mean, everyone knows episode 19 when they were fighting that spider demon, essentially, where in the animation was like insane. It blew up the actual anime to the nth degree. So it's literally having very beautiful imagery and having the drip. The drip is great. We love the way those guys look in there. It's crazy. So all those things really do sell it. It is what it is, man. You can't deny it.
Yeah, but it's not animation alone though, because I mean there are other things that, like, To Be Hero X is an anime going on right now with fantastic animation. Have you heard of that before? I just said it.
No, yeah, it is making its rounds. It'll probably get nominated for Anime of the Year. It's not as big as Demon Slayer, obviously, but it is getting some hype. It's getting lots of hype.
I ain't heard of it since. Maybe I've seen, because I've been watching a lot of Crunchyroll stuff. Maybe I've seen it like in the advertisement, but I haven't heard anybody talk about it. I haven't seen anybody post about it.
But it's not near as big as Demon Slayer. I mean, the thing is, for the most part, the character designs don't compare to something like Demon
So
Slayer.
what is it about the Demon Slayer designs? I mean, obviously the upper moons are the upper moons, so I think they're a little bit more self-explanatory because they're super unique, extremely so. What is it about the Hashira in regards to design choices? Like they're very distinct, but what is it about those that you think captivates people so much?
Well, I mean, Bleach already showed us that kimonos work.
Hey, kimonos are hard.
I,
I ain't gonna
I was
lie
gonna
to you.
say
I wear a
it's the
kimono in a
bleach
heartbeat.
effect.
I ain't gonna.
So you
It's the
add
bleach
colorful
effect.
kimonos with pretty swords and like nice like background effects and particle effects. I mean,
Yeah.
that's it.
Easily introduce sword, but that's exactly what it is because it is literally the different. I think literally every different type of Hashira has their sword is somewhat distinct, and they all have like the black under kind of a uniform, but they all have
Uniform,
their
yeah.
I forgot the word for it as far as the kind of overcoat they all wear. It's always different. It always
It's
accentuates their personality.
it's not a kimono. I forgot what it's called. The official
Yeah, I forgot the
terminology for
word.
it, or maybe it's part of the kimono. I don't know.
There's definitely a word for it, but I can't
Yeah.
remember it. They say it in the movie too, but I forget what it's called. But Tanjiro is a whole green and black checkerboard. I love Gyu's. Gyu's my favorite as far as is half his buddy that passed away, and half is as far as him carrying the weight of his survivor's guilt and kind of the imposter syndrome. So all of them, essentially, their outfits also tell a story of some kind. I love Zenitsu's matches his blonde hair. I love that Inosuke is so baller. He just wears nothing at all but a pea helmet. All these things, of course, accentuate these characters and give them such individuality that you can't help but kind of gravitate towards one or another or multiple ones. So I think that's what it really makes them stand out. You love these characters. You are, as Otis mentioned, the characters what really sells this IP. It's what really sells this story. It makes the story that much better. It makes a story as opposed to plot. Solo Leveling is plot. Demon Slayer is story. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it is. It is for me. Again, a lot of this I'll get cleared up once I actually see it, because a lot of my memory is kind of going off of what I saw from the last season. That was like what 5 months ago.
A little bit more than that.
Maybe more.
Yeah.
Damn, time was flying by. Jesus.
As you get older, man, time just hates you.
So what? Go ahead.
I was going to say my one gripe against the movie is the fact that we saw a little of my favorite Hashira, Sanemi, the Wind Hashira. He was barely in it.
That guy is an ass. That guy is so mean though, man. He's an ass.
It's a reason for it, but you don't get it until probably the third movie, so you probably won't know until 2029.
Okay.
So let me ask y'all in regards to, because I know we talked about issues with the movie, and I think the most prominent issue that I've heard from y'all and other people that saw it was the pacing issue. How much of that has to do? Because I think when you're looking at a movie in the format of a film, the format is like people make movies around like pacing in mind, because these are starting off as chapters of a book essentially, and then an anime. And usually the anime, they're building their pacing off of like a 20-minute chunk. Now you're just like pretty much essentially making a compilation of those together.
Yeah.
I don't know what the process was as far as them like trying to adapt this into a film, or if they just if they just threw it all together and said here, or if they actually were really like thoughtful about the pacing of this thing. And obviously from what you guys have talked about, it feels like the former of the two is the truth there.
Yeah,
I mean, I personally didn't have an issue with the pacing. I thought that it was a very good blend of giving information about the story and the world and these characters. And then, I mean, the fights were the fights. I mean, like I said, these were top tier fights. Period.
Yeah, it's still. I mean, obviously, I agree with Otis that the fights are great, and it didn't bother me too much. But again, it is a literally 2.5 hours long, and the first 2/3 and always goes by pretty fast. Like, you kind of like almost get whiplash at times. But the final third, in a way, there's a part where it's like, okay, and now we're gonna basically stop and go over here. Otis knows what I'm talking about. It's like we're going for like at least half an hour.
Yeah, that was a good like 20-30 minutes.
Yeah, at least. And the thing is, it didn't bother me too much because I enjoyed it, but at the same time, it's like I remember because I was in a packed theater, and people were like, wait, what? I could hear people saying like, what's going on? It was very much like we're going over here for a while. I mean, let's get into this real quick. We've all played The Last of Us 2. There's a part in The Last of Us 2 where you're like, you go from Ellie to another character, and you're like, okay, this will be brief. It's that brief. You're there for a while. It's got the same. I'm not comparing it and say that hardcore, but it's like it's the idea of like we're here for good. We're not. This is a quick little thing. So.
Part of that too, I think, is just the fact any movie that long is you're gonna have pacing issues. I don't think you. It's very difficult to have a movie be 2 hours plus and you not feel the pacing of it, like kind of drag, because you're just at that point you're noticing that you're watching a movie at that length, because that's a quarter of your day gone just about. It feels like.
Yeah, essentially it's a tenth. But yeah, like there is a part of the movie where. I mean, it is unfortunately somewhat mid-fight, I guess, and then it just goes heavy into a backstory for a little while. You know, you get Channing Tatum in there if you watch the dub version.
Wait, you watched the dub version?
Yeah, I watched the dub.
That was Channing Tatum?
Yeah, they got.
I watched the sub. I don't watch
He collecting some checks, boy. Jesus.
Yeah.
So I mean, his character and his daughter was very interesting. So again, that part I had read. So seeing them, expand that into what they did for the movie, I appreciate it.
Sure. So I think that was the issue. They were like, they had thing about the fans who had read the book years ago versus the new fans coming to the movie alone, anime only fans. Which one do they appease? And they said we probably should lean more towards appeasing the manga fans, because even though I appreciated what they put, I appreciated all the content in it. It was a lot. I was like, I realized it's a lot here. It was still good. It was very, like I said before to some friends, my cousin who saw it also. It's like it probably could have worked if they had gone with the anime series format, weekly format. It probably would have maybe been a little easier to digest. But it was still. It's a very, very good. Although all the parts are good. It's just a lot of parts.
Yeah.
Right. So to sort of put a bow on a lot of things, what will you guys give it as far as like maybe a ranking or a score out of 10?
I say it's like a solid 8.5. Like I said, it didn't do anything like revolutionary. We're adding new things to expand the genre, but like what it did well. And I mean, again, like. That animation is different, man.
And the sound too, because I saw it.
The audio design was great.
Yeah, it was a laser disc, not laser disc, but like a laser something
like IMAX.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was like the sub. It was like right below IMAX. Where I saw it in, right, and it was a packed theater. And the sound design, because there's obviously how it sounds when they're using their swords and everything else. Hearing them put their swords in their sheaths, how that sounds. Hearing how it sounds when Akaza throws a punch, all those, it's like, my God, I was like, holy shit. So it's the effects, the way it looks too. Again, remember, they used a lot of 3D effects for the Infinity Castle, how it looks. And it looks amazing. And of course, as Otis mentioned, the fights, all these things, it's such a visual orgasm. It's hard to deny that it's worth seeing on the big screen. But again, it's some of the pacing stuff. So I would say I would give it either 8 or an 8.5 myself. I really, really, really enjoyed. I'm getting a spoiler, but I enjoyed the matchups, the encounters so much. I want to see it again just to watch those encounters. So they were all so interesting and unique.
And shout out to my boy Doma for being probably the most hated villain for a little bit after everybody gets caught up on that.
Yeah, of course. Oh yeah, but I mean, it was I want to say more about the spoilers, but yeah, I thoroughly. I want to hear your take on it, Dev, after you've seen it, what you think of it as far as, what your opinion is.
Yeah, normally Demon Slayer is cool with me. I don't think I've ever had a bad thing to say about it, really. I feel like it's a very safe anime for the most part. So it's not like trying to break the mold too much, which can be a bad thing sometimes. If it feels that way really heavily in town situations like this, it's a good thing because it's just familiar, it's fun, I'm in and out. I'm not thinking too much about it. So I'm excited to watch the movie. I'm excited to see peak level animation because I don't think there's any anime out right now or the foreseeable future is doing it better.
I mean, there's some good animation out there, but yeah, not on that level. That level.
Not in that movie. Not in that movie. That movie's like
Japanese animation at its best right now. I'm like, all right, let me see what that looks like.
No, it's untouchable. I mean, I love. I was telling just to Charlie. I think before it was got here. As far as like, I remember back in 1996, right? I'm an old dude. I was born before there was air.
Charlie was -4.
So what now?
Damn.
I'm saying like I was 4 and Charlie was -4.
Yeah. Yeah. But I was but when you were 4 years old, Otis, I went to my first anime convention with a couple buddies of mine in high school, right? My sophomore year of high school. And we were it was in this hotel, like a big lobby of this like giant like hotel. I think it was like a inn or something. I can't remember what the hotel was, but it was cool enough, and they had like areas as far as they had a couple of like drop downs for people to kind of see which anime to go see. Of course, Dragon Ball Z was heavy there, Gundam was heavy there, things like that. But it was the crowd was very much what you consider the old school stereotypical nerd. There was maybe 5 women there, period. No cosplay at all, bad smells galore. And I was with my boys. We were like, yeah, man, this is our world. It's cool. And we were all 3 was like, yeah, it's never going to change. This is how it is. This is our own niche world, but we're welcome here. Cool deal. So to cut to, what is it? God, the math, like almost 30 years later, right? And I'm going to the movie theater. I see multiple giant billboards for Demon Slayer, the movie. Get to the theater and see multiple people cosplaying, multiple very attractive women cosplaying of different nationalities, or ethnicities, whatever, cosplaying these different characters from Demon Slayer. We see the elevators and all kinds of merch around leading towards the theater or the whole shopping center. But Demon Slayer stuff, it's like the world has changed so much in a way that I never thought it would. It's just it still blows me over. The world looks like this, and to be in a packed theater on a Sunday night watching Demon Slayer, it's mind-boggling.
Yeah, I've only ever really known this experience for the most part. Like I told you, like even back in high school, like because you were talking about the cosplays. I'm like, I remember for the shitty Suicide Squad movie, people were dressing up like Harley Quinn and the Joker heavily. And when Deadpool came out, I saw a million Deadpool cosplays when I went to go watch the movie in high school. I've pretty much, outside of like early 2000s where I'm like 8, 9, 10, or even younger than that, maybe that was the exception. But for the most part, ever since I can remember going to theaters, I've seen people like this has been my reality for the most part.
That's fair.
Nah, early 90s. Well, yeah, late 90s, early 2000s. You try to cosplay going into the theater on a packed day. You gonna catch some
boy, if you don't.
Yeah.
It was rough. It was some really rough years, man. And also the idea too of being an out nerd, as far as letting people know that you were into anime or into any of that kind of stuff. It was anime, especially. It was like, what is this? People, because oftentimes they thought it was hentai. That you even say that word on YouTube, but then it was that they didn't understand there was a difference between those.
Was it not popping at that point though? Because I think late 90s, that was like GT was popping at that point. That's when they were rocking GT. So I feel like Dragon Ball Z had been.
That was early 2000s when they put it.
It was because Toonami didn't finish Dragon Ball Z until like 2001 or something. So it was still because Toonami was when it kind of started introducing more things, like Cowboy Bebop got going and everything else. But it was the end of the 90s. It wasn't quite, and it was still finding its footing. It wasn't like ubiquitous yet.
I don't know. But yeah, y'all, if y'all have any differencing of opinion or share the same opinions as us about Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, let us know in the comment section below, please, first and foremost. And again, if you guys are interested in keeping up with us on any of our platforms that we are on, you'll find that in the description below as well. I think I should have a link there. And yeah, y'all, this has been our thoughts on Demon Slayer and Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. Yeah, you have any other closing sentiments or remarks before we get up out of here?
Shout out to Upper Moon 2.
Oh yeah. Wait, yeah, 2 is the yeah. I'm very, very curious to see how that'll play out.
I've been waiting a long time to see that particular part animated too. I've been waiting for that.
There was a part. There was clearly the people right behind us. They were at least one of the girls was a manga reader. So there's a part in the movie Otis where I'll say Charlie. There's a part where you see like a pond, basically a pond water, and there's like a leaf that falls on it. And she goes, "Oh, where are you?" Her reaction to it was pretty much she clearly knew what was going to happen, or she knew the where we were as far as in the story. And so it was. I love seeing people like that are hardcore fans, like being able to react to that kind of stuff. Yeah, that was the number 2. Yeah.
I didn't think we was gonna get that in the first movie, but yeah, we're done.
Yeah, we're done here, y'all. Y'all tune in next time. This has been Captain Diesel, Lelouch V, Professor E, King of the Comics, Ethan Murphy, and
You're listening to the Then and Now podcast.
Midsaw Man could never do numbers like this.
Jesus Christ.